Getting down with the rut-row, getting down with the rut-row, rut-row.
I was literally at dinner
Juan was
today
obsessed.
with my leadership team, and they're like, "What type of TikToks do you get?" And then I was like, "Italian brain rot." And then they were like, "Welcome back, you guys."
No que no, Juan.
No, welcome back to another episode of They.
Deserve.
To know.
Duh.
And on this episode, we have our amazing friend, Marina.
If you haven't noticed already, you guys, we have a special setup for you. We're going to start a segment or a new episode series called They Deserve to Know
After dark.
Uh-oh, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. So if it's not obvious, Marina, walk us through what we took today.
We took 2 shots.
Uh-oh. We did take some shots, you guys. We want to be even more real with you all. Every episode we share some gems, but today why else not share more gems with you all? With the tequila influence. Why not?
They deserve to know. And
deserve to
we
know.
have some hot tea to talk about today.
Our special friend
Our
Marina.
special friend, Marina, visiting us from the lovely Atlanta.
The
Marina.
ATL shot.
Hey, Marina, welcome to our show. We're so excited to have you. Okay, hit it.
I'm Marina. I've spiraled multiple times within the past 6 months. So I'm here to tell a little bit of my story.
And we're excited to have you. Should we do one of those hot, what did you call it? When our first episode we did 100 seconds of
Hot seat. Hot seat.
All right.
Okay,
let's hit it.
Marina. Okay, you start.
2 types of people in the world. Who are they?
Pineapple pizza lovers and non-pineapple pizza lovers.
Period.
I couldn't think of anything.
No, you're so fair. You're so fair.
Favorite interior design object?
Bed. 'Cause I like to sleep.
What type of bed?
Big bed.
Alaskan Kings only. Alaskan Kings only. Okay. Favorite Brazilian beach?
Maragogi.
Ooh.
I went to. So pretty.
And y'all can't even spell that. I don't even know.
Maragogi.
Maragogi.
Period. Brazil era.
North beaches in Brazil are beautiful.
Best city in the U.S.
Chicago. Hot
Hot
take.
take.
Hot take.
Hot
Hot
take.
take.
Wait, Chicago deep dish or?
No.
Oh.
Chicago deep dish is only for tourists.
Oh.
Another hot take.
We're starting off with some hot tea, you guys. Starting off hot off the press.
Favorite drink?
Cashew juice. Cashew juice.
Let's explain that.
It's just, you have to get it at a Brazilian shop, and it's just cashew juice. It's so good. It's the juice squeezed from cashew. It's so good. That's, yeah.
And our last question, which we'll reveal more later, but San Francisco or Atlanta?
Oh, I have guns in my head right now, so San Francisco.
A win is a win. San Francisco.
Where's my disco? That's copyrighted.
And that's okay.
No.
And that's okay.
They
It is what it is. I mean, if it's not obvious, Marina was one of our friends who we met in San Francisco, and she was going to start off with her spiral moment of the week, which is, I think we have a couple to share already.
Marina, please share. What's your spiral moment of the week?
I ran a 10K, and I don't run, and I got squishy toys out of TikTok Shop.
What is a squishy? What? What?
Is it like those pillow thingies?
No.
Oh.
You find your favorite animal, and then you just make what is it called? The mold of the gel, and then you put it on water and it becomes a squishy animal. It's
So you
cute.
spiraled.
I spiraled. Yes. I'm also a child.
You know what? So fair. Sometimes, you're healing your inner child. I love that for you.
Also, okay, TikTok Shop. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
I
about
freaking
it.
love TikTok Shop. Low key, I have gotten so many things from it. Like, I got that toy, the push toy. It's
Bruh.
so dumb. And then I got in so many, skincare things.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
randomly. Like a shirt. I got a fake Patagonia
Girl.
in college.
They faked the the fine shorts too.
Yo.
Everything.
I think it eats.
Okay, I've never used
Do we-
Absolutely. It's cheaper. It's better. Yeah.
Period.
And it has squishies.
And they have
Well,
squishy
If
toys.
you buy a squishy, let us know who it is. Marina, which squishy did you buy that?
I got the dolphin, the starfish, the duck, and then the fish horse.
Okay.
Oh, what's your favorite?
The dolphin.
Good.
Okay, I love that because period. I need to
Yeah.
go on there.
I have brains, I promise.
Brain cells are still left. Don't worry.
Juan, I'm looking at you because I saw this is a spiral moment of the week.
This was my last week's spiral moment of the week. Wait,
Yes.
okay. Also, before mine, we are wearing all trench coats today.
Yes, we are.
These are our trench coat. That's the theme for
Yes.
today.
Just being us.
Being
daddies.
us. Yeah. Okay. I will say I came to this like big event today, and all the people who were like setting up the event, they were like, "That jacket, that trench coat, blah blah blah." They ate it up. So
I ate this up. I encourage Juan. I was there when he purchased this, and I was like, "Yes, buy
Thank
it
you.
immediately.
Thank
You need
you.
this."
He
He got lost in the spiral moment, you guys. Okay, bring us back
That is
to
not my
this.
spiral moment.
Bring us back to this week.
I bought a apartment.
Period. Okay. Period.
I bought an apartment and a Mac computer.
But yeah, I want to change mine.
Okay.
The two types of people in the world. One buys squishies, the other buys an apartment.
Hey, you can do both. You can do both.
Exactly. You can do both. That's what matters.
Just give it some time. I bought a Mac computer because we need to edit this podcast. And there's literally no better way to getting any hobby done and like fully doing it well without investing.
Guys,
That's my philosophy.
Juan deserved to know. And look, he spiraled and bought another Mac.
I love you guys so much. I bought a Mac. But I did buy an apartment. I bought it in Colombia, and I'll be
Juan,
doing
how
Airbnb.
old are you?
I'm 26.
Guys,
yeah.
this is crazy. No, tell us more about it, please.
Oh, okay. So the apartment, well, it is in an older building, and it is going to be renovated. We are still in the process of like purchasing it, but we're like 99% sure it's going to get accepted. Everything's going to be good. And it's going to be on Airbnb in Medellin. So y'all, once the link comes out, please book it. We need some people to show up. You're going to love it. So that is my spiral moment.
I will be your first guest, Juan. Don't worry. Otra noche
Oh,
Medellin.
Otra noche. Hey, we're going to have so much fun. Anyway, that's my spiral moment. Brittany, what was yours?
Okay, guys, before we move on too fast, Juan, felicidades. That is insane.
Gracias,
You're
mami.
literally 26 and buying Colombian property. Like, we are so proud of you, hun.
Going back to my roots.
Hell yeah. Period. Very excited for you, hun. Okay, guys. So I was in LA for 2 weeks. I came back to San Francisco a few days. And the thing about San Francisco is that there's no sun. Sun is very rare to come by. And it came out in the first episode. It was like a blessing from the SF gods. I realized my skin tone is like 3 shades darker. So anyways, I spiraled and I bought for my client. I won't say their name, but I bought for my client. I spent almost $1,000 on makeup, and I spiraled because tomorrow I'm going to Miami, and I wanted to look hella saucy. So I bought hella makeup with the 2-day express shipping. I fear, but I had to do it.
$1,000 is cuckoo.
I know.
For
But
makeup?
Okay, Marina, you can share too. Like, dude, when you buy makeup, a little thing is like $40 now. It's kind of insane. Like, it's so expensive now. So you know what? How to treat myself. Bonuses come out tomorrow. And I said, you know what?
Yes, they do.
The credit card will
Yes,
get paid
they
off
do.
soon. My spiral moment. And y'all will see me fit it up for the next one. Excited to show you guys my makeup journey. I'm excited to show you guys.
I went to Sephora this weekend. I got like 3 items, and I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be like $70, and it's like $250.
Literally.
So it's easy to spend $1,000 on makeup. Not to justify it.
No, enable me, please. I need enablement.
That is expensive. Damn.
Okay,
Wow.
well, thank you guys for sharing. That's
Thank
so
you.
fun.
This was a very expensive spiral, minus the drops. But
You know what? It happens. Next week, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna buy a squishy, maybe, Marina. Maybe
Yeah,
you've influenced me
yeah.
now. Maybe apparently I
I'll
need
give you
one.
my TikTok link.
get her the affiliates.
Let's do it. Plug each other, please.
So we have a big topic to talk about today. So to give you all some context, Marina was in our first team in the company that Brittany and I work at, and she recently left and moved to Atlanta and had this big shift. So imagine going from big tech, FANG, right, like getting all these cool benefits and having a complete career shift, moving to another city. And we wanted to have Marina on board. Like, first, she's one of our closest friends. And second, I think it was just such an inspiring story. So they deserve to know. Tell us more.
Oh my gosh. So I left FANG for mental health reasons. I was in sales just like them, and I was just tired of getting my worth being based on metrics, and my metrics weren't good either. No, they were for.
I was gonna say,
if I start
let's-
interviewing again, they were amazing.
It made me giggle because I was like, no, hun, you were doing really well.
I
Yes.
was doing well. I decided to be a nutritionist, and I got a course at Harvard.
Uh-oh.
Got it all there,
Patty.
period. Started being a nutritionist, hated it. So I got a new job in Atlanta in sales. I thought my problem was tech, not sales. So I left, and then I just spiraled even more from it.
Okay, so leaving a company in tech is a really big deal. I feel like people like dream about it. All they want to do is go into tech, and the fact that you did it, it's awesome. Like I feel like I want to hear more, and I want you to also share like what encouraged you and will give you the confidence to be able to take a risk on like yourself and like be able to be like, you know what? No, it's not for my career. I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it was definitely really hard. I think that's the one thing no one talks so much about. I came from a school that I was probably the first person to get into this company from my school, so it was a big deal for everyone. My parents are from Brazil, so it's a big deal for them. And leaving, I'll be honest, I felt like I was disappointing everyone, like people in the company and in my family and in my school. But I also couldn't take it anymore. I was just getting really depressed, a lot of anxiety, and I knew that was just not normal to me. So I made a decision to leave. That was one of the hardest things. Not because I liked the job, pressure that comes with being such a big company, being an immigrant. I'm not immigrant if Trump is listening to this. But it was hard. It's one of those moments that I was like, this is the first time in my life I'm going to put myself first. So I did Harvard because that was the excuse of like, I'm leaving, I'm going to Harvard. That's kind of what happened, and I think that's also why it didn't last long, because it was again another decision I was making for other people, not for myself. But yeah, that's kind of a breakdown. But I will say, looking back long term, I'm very happy I did it. I stuck my ground, especially with my dad. If anyone has immigrant dads, you might know the struggle. You know, I was being yelled at like 24/7 until I got a new job, because I also didn't have a new job lined up. But when I got the new job, I think my parents were really happy, even though it wasn't in FANG. They were just happy I found a job that it fulfilled me, and let me keep living my life without being dependent on them. I think that was the biggest thing.
So tell us more about that transition, right? How was it like in the first 3, 6, and then 9 months?
Yeah, first three, I would say the first 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie, I was in my bed like crying. Really dark times, but I wanna speak about this if it happens to more people, it's totally normal, and it will get better. And then I just focused all my time into like the Harvard nutritionist course, and then I did some dog sitting. So I was like around dogs all day, and I think and then I ended up going to Brazil for a month. So just being around my family and just knowing that worst comes to worst, like if I moved back to Brazil, like if it really came to that, I would still be happy because I'm with my family and they were supportive. So they're like, "Ooh, shit, like let's support this girl." You know?
How they were supportive. That's like so important.
Dad doesn't live in Brazil. My mom was very. And then I got a new job, and they didn't even care what job it was, what company it was. It was just like, thank goodness, like you have another job. So it's just good to remember that people freak out because they care about you, not because they are judging you. And then my friends, like you guys, like everyone was so supportive, and that really meant a lot.
Do you have any advice for someone who wants to make a pivot from like, you know, like maybe a job that they thought that was like all they ever wanted? Like share your words of wisdom.
Yeah, I will say the advice I didn't take, which was don't ever leave a job without having another one lined up. I was being a little cocky, like, oh, I have this like crazy resume, I'm gonna have a job in the next week, like it's fine. And I didn't, and that created extra stress like on myself and then on my parents and on everyone, like, okay, so what now? And I'm like, I don't know. So if you can, if your health allows it, like stick it out until you find a new one, even if it's like one that pays you less. It might be worth it. Actually, it will be worth it, but just have something else lined up, because that will take all the stress of like over explaining to people why you left. And if you can't, I would say just be more. I'm very Pisces, so I'm like in my own role.
Love Pisces. I love a Pisces.
I'm a dreamer, so I'm like, I quit my job. I'm like, woo, I'm gonna do all these things. Like, the fish. I was like, oh, I'm gonna dog sit. I'm gonna do this and this and this, and like, I didn't do it. So like, don't quit your job thinking because you quit your job, it's gonna force you to do all these like cool things you wanted to, because it won't. I promise you, it won't.
We're back. Episode number 1. We had a minor interruption again.
Our camera died.
It's not obvious. It's more obvious now.
Yo.
It's an After Dark episode.
After Dark.
Yay! The debrief was kind of crazy right now.
Plus, Marina shared some tea for sure.
Yes. Marina,
Yes,
you're being
me
super
too.
vulnerable with us. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. We also encourage you all, like, I think what you were getting at is like people are sometimes scared to leave something good for something better. And the fact that you did that, I think is just so like, it's so awesome to see that, because I think that's like what we're missing a lot in like the corporate sphere is that people are also just so scared to leave things sometimes. And it's like, no, like don't be scared. Go and take a risk on yourself. And I'm glad you did it, and I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yes, I agree. And it did. I am 1,000 times happier now, for the record. And I love sales, a strategy role, and I'm super happy. So things happen for a reason. Even though it was a hard few months.
Yeah.
Just think back. You have to look at your past 5 years after something bad happened. So don't think your upcoming months, bad months, are going to determine the rest of the years.
I agree. I hate saying this, but as we're getting older, Gen Z, you guys, we are getting older. A lot of managers have told me like a 6-month period is not large in your career.
Yeah.
Like think about your career overall. Your career is going to last like 30.
Marathons is what they say.
Yeah. So I'm like, it feels like a lot in the moment, but like it's not a lot. And so I'm glad. Thanks for sharing.
Interruption. Do you guys know what ballerina cappuccina?
Yes, ballerina.
Let me give them both their own mic. Give me 1 second.
Sahur.
Blanks in the napkin.
Crocodilo bombardino. Girl.
My little sister was dying laughing at this, and I didn't know what it was. So she called me old. I talked for like an hour learning what like the
Italian
shark
brain rot.
So now I know. So now I'm friends with the Gen Z again.
I love that. I was literally at dinner
Juan was
today
obsessed.
with my leadership team, and they're like, "What type of TikToks do you get?" And then I was like, "Italian brain rot." And then they were like, "What is that?" And then I was like, well, it's like an AI generated image of an animal with an object. So like a cappuccino and a ballerina, and you have to memorize the name. A ballerina cappuccina. They were so embarrassed, but they loved it. They ate it up. So shout out leadership team.
The thing is, I always love it. Okay, Juan sent me this TikTok for the first time. I swear, I liked one video. All of a sudden, my whole freaking For You page.
Cappuccina.
And I was like, okay. All right, moving on. So, yes.
Trippy troppi.
That
Okay.
was- the after dark
After
lore.
dark is lore.
Yes, but very much thank you, Miss
Thank
Marina.
you.
We loved hearing all of that from you.
Yes.
That being said, Marina, I think something that you were really good at also, and I think something that we've also learned throughout time is setting boundaries when it comes to work. And I feel like we can maybe go into corporate tip of the week.
Corporate tip of the week. I
Yes.
think we're ready for it. I think corporate tip of the week should revolve around self-care. Like, how do you maintain self-care in the workplace and work-life balance? It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is.
Welcome
Woo.
to Mental Health Awareness Month. So I think when you're working in corporate, it's really important for you to understand how to set boundaries. And for instance, we are client facing. And when we were in our first role, we received a lot of like emails from clients, like all the time, right? And one thing that is really important, and it's understanding how to discern how to prioritize which clients and which ones you should be responding the fastest to. But there are some clients that, it's going to take a lot of time for you to respond, and you responding right away might signal to them that you have all of that availability and that they can't do the work themselves. And oftentimes would lead you to just work extra than you need to. And so corporate tip of the week is understanding boundaries and also saying the power of saying no sometimes.
Always prioritize your family, like know your values. But one I heard recently that like helped me a lot was just kind of make fun of your life, like know that nothing is that serious. So what I started doing is just like characterizing people in my job and almost making like a The Office episode every day. So like I come home and I call my friends and I'm like, oh, like Jim did this today and it was so funny. And I think once you make fun of things, sometimes they're serious, or like just kind of make a joke out of your job. Obviously, like take your job serious, but make a joke out of it in a way. Or like if there's an annoying person, maybe compare to like a character in a show you like. This is such a weird take, but just kind of like make a joke of everything. Like generally life is not that serious. Like if you're a doctor, that's a different job.
Yeah,
But we're
valid.
not saving lives. Like just gamify things a little bit. Gamify, like televise things a little bit. The person, I think it just helps me when I'm home. I'm not like, oh, that was such a long day. It was like, oh my gosh, let me call my friends and tell them about this character, what they did, and then I get excited about my job, and then I get excited about going in the next day and like seeing what character X, Y, and Z is gonna do. So I think that also brings some like excitement, just fun to the job.
Totally. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people in corporate like to be entertained. And you need to just make it fun, right? If everyone in your team is doing the same job, right? Like, obviously, like, I think it's very few people's dreams to be doing that job every single day. So just have fun with it, right? Make it a fun environment, something that is definitely undervalued or underappreciated in like a skill that people have in corporate. Just like making things really fun, I think is important.
I agree. I think it's like it comes back to like their first episode, or I think episode 2 even, where we talked about like just being yourself, finding yourself, either whether it's like through your style, like the way you communicate. I know like something in our team was like, I'm really big on emojis. Like I am the emoji and sticker queen. Like I feel I started that trend. I will own that to the day. And when it came to my first team, I used to love putting a gorilla emoji because the gorilla likes to pounce. And I feel like whenever anyone had like a really good moment, they were like doing like really good work, I would love to like put the gorilla emoji. And it got to the point where like my whole team would start to use it, and they would start to put it on like as like their first emoji and reaction. And so I definitely do think it's like a matter of like, yes, boundaries, self-care, and like also bringing yourself to work, because I think it just makes your 9 to 5 that much more fun and enjoyable for sure.
I do have one more tip to share. And this was from my first few months working in sales. And in sales, you're constantly compared to other people because they want you to like always just continue over attaining, right, over your quota and do better every single quarter. And I really struggle with that because I was always used to being like, some like one of the top people. And when I first started, like I just wasn't. It was really difficult learning the role. And so something that my therapist told me was, don't focus on the numbers, like tune out the numbers. In the beginning, once you feel you're very inadequate or you have imposter syndrome, tune out the numbers, because that is just like also corporate's way to get you to work harder or churn too, obviously, or like, just leave your job, realize it's not for you, and like not let that get to you. And I think once I started realizing that, and numbers stop, or like rankings, charts, stop making less impact on my life. And I think that's when I started really like just getting much better and just focusing on how can I improve every day instead of looking at how I'm stacking.
And just kind of on that, I think the same way as Juan, mine was in the opposite way. Like, I couldn't stop comparing myself to other people, and that made me leave the job, and like that destroyed my mental health. Because like Brittany said, she was like, you're doing really good, and now that I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing really good. But I was also comparing myself to people that are doing like extraordinarily good, and I'm like, why can I not do this well? Even though I was overachieving my metrics in the first place, I couldn't even see that. So yeah, if you follow Juan's advice, I would probably stay. But it's a really big advice because I didn't have that at the time, and I had to leave because I couldn't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you learn through those life experiences, and now you share with others.
Yes.
And they deserve to know. To know.
When I was a FA or a big tech, I did so many things. I was doing like drum classes. I did a little bit of nutritionist on the side. Like, I tried everything I could think of. I was known for being like the pickleball girl. Like, everyone knew I would go to pickleball before work or after, even though like at the beginning I didn't. And then that was like known, and I was like, oh my gosh, like now I have to do this. I have to play pickleball every day. And then I did it, and I loved it. Like, it really helped me mental health, but just having life outside of work. And I have friends that same thing, like they started saying that they would go to the gym in the office like every day before work, and then they were known to be like the person that would go to the gym. And now they just kind of force themselves to go to the gym before work, even though they don't want you, because that's what they're known for. But it's good for them. So there's a habit you really want to get into. My weird recommendation is like tell everyone you do it and like make yourself known as being like that person. And you're just gonna have to do it because
That's embarrassing.
that's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. So it's just a way of like keeping yourself accountable, and I think that's a random tip I learned.
I love that.
Love that. I feel the same way, definitely. Except I'll add the bonus of just spend money on it. And then once you spend money on it, you're like, I can't go back. The money's in there.
No,
so
it's true.
It's true, right? Like,
look
at this podcast.
Like,
we have spent a lot of money on this podcast. So, but it's gonna be worth it, guys.
At the end of the day, like, your biggest investment should be yourself. At the end of the day, like, you should be investing as much as possible within yourself, whether that's like a workout class, whether that's like you doing these type of projects with your friends, whatever it is, and whatever makes you happy. Like, definitely invest in yourself. There's no point in like comparing yourself to other people. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, like, if you want to be a star, be one. Like, that's all that it takes. So, yeah.
Oh, this was such a fun episode. And Marina, we wish you the best of luck.
Yes.
You're always welcome back in San Francisco in our They Deserve to Know couch. Just remember all the tips we shared today. Remember to keep your mental health in check. Get that balance right. It's really important for you to have a long career in corporate world and keep having
Outside of corporate world.
or outside of corporate world, literally, and keep having spiral moments of the week.
Yes, guys. I'm excited. Next week's are going to be so much fun. Segment. It's so much fun, and we are so excited to have more episodes belonging to this series, too.
And keep spiraling, because that only gives you more experiences and stories to tell.
Should we just stand up and do, like, a final fit check?
Oh, okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do a final fit check. Let's stand up, everyone.
Stand up.
So, wait, we got to get back. We got to, like, step on the couch.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay, so we have trench coats today. Brittany, you start.
My coat is a leather trench coat from Mango. If you're in the 562 area, there's a Mango European store in Cerritos now. So definitely recommend you checking it out.
Coat is this beige luxury coat from Britney's Closet. So if you're in this SF, definitely check it out because it's free to borrow.
I think it's Trina Turk, actually. So it's a really nice brand. So
That is beautiful. This is a Coach trench coat, and I got it in LA. It's giving very LA, and yeah, it has these like really fun buttons on it. Definitely my manic episode from last week. So tune in to our episode last week because we have some hot tea to share there about fashion in the workplace. Anyway, that is our outfits.
Yes, you guys. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you like, comment, let us know what you guys want to talk about more, etc.
Yes. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, share. Duh. See you guys next week. Bye.